Welcome back, everybody, and today is a Rimworld playthrough because this is the best game, like ever. I've played it since launch, have all the expansions, 1,000 hours or so in the game. Even if you don't like all the expansions, there are tons of mods to download, and some of them break with each update, but you can figure that out. And I just want to show off the best game ever. I did this before, but it didn't really get a lot of views, or I didn't really like it. So just simple crash landing. I'm gonna do a harder difficulty so things happen. You can kind of see how the game works. And you want to do commitment mode, so you can't reload the game if something bad happens. I'm gonna just do that a few times and generate a map. And then we will pick a random square to start in. It's kind of a survival story simulator. Um, you can choose what to do. You want to conquer all these little settlements? Do you want to get off the planet? You can do that. Do you want to fulfill your ideology dreams? So just do this a few times and one, two, three, stop. Mountainous deserts. That seems kind of bad. I don't want to spawn in around all these mountains. So let's go with a one, two, three. One, two, three. That's not so bad, but I think I can't be that close to a settlement. So let's go right here. Flat temperate gross. Forest. Forest. Ooh, near polluted tiles. Acidic smog will roughly 191 days. Well, it's the cost of living. Now, this is the fun part about the game, I think. This is one of the expansions. You can pick an ideology. If you want to be a rancher, you want to live in the darkness, you want to be vampires or cannibals, or you pick some easy one, just you like drugs. I like to. I've done a few. Well, actually, I guess they got deleted when I reinstalled this game, but you can pick a fixed custom, and this takes a little bit. But basically, we're going to be pick a little symbol. This doesn't really affect much, but we'll pick the animist. I think it's funny to be. Ooh, that's a new one, I think. Now I am in a forest, so if you're in a cold environment, you probably don't want to be a nudist. So your people will die, or they'll be unhappy because they're not nude. Um, you can be individual collectivists that men are supreme and they love the darkness. So sure. Now this is like a story simulator game, so you can be as creative as you want. So we'll call this the cave dwelling men of darkness. Yeah, and the dark men of darkness. No, the cavemen is what you call these people, and we are uh, darkness cave cavemen, and our ritual room will be called the. I guess it would make sense that it's in the thick of the mountains, so it is called Duck Cave. Um, sure, and will be a black skull. Um, and you can customize all these stuff if you want to add extra things. Eclipses are beautiful, sure. Uh, We venerate the duck. You know what? No, that doesn't make sense. Ducks don't live in caves. However, rats do. Rats live in caves, so we'll venerate them. So they won't actually ever want to kill rats. They get upset. Females, because men are supreme, they gotta cover up. Um, Preferred xenotype. So xenotype is like your race ideology, and since we're the cavemen people, we can be dirt moles. Sure. Um, what is that? That would make sense because we live in the caves. We don't really know about human technology yet. And we're just going to save this and we will call it exactly. So actually, let's go back because I think this does not have any caves in it. I'm just making this up as I go along. Um, that's kind of what you want to do. This is mountainous. It's got pretty good growing, not nearby any settlements, and it's still got a lot of green around it if we needed to evac somewhere else. Okie dokie. All right. I was trying to remember what that was. All right. So the standard way to play the game is crash landing, where you crash land with three colonists, and you can randomize to get some good stuff, or you could kind of manipulate some of it. We need to be at least one of us be a dirt mole. And you know what? Let's see. It's pretty good. Now, you actually do not, you want to start with at least, I think, 2 or 3 crafting. Otherwise, you can't really craft bows or anything to defend yourself. Although this is the crash landing, so I start with weapons, but typically I like to start with the harder difficulty where you start with nothing. So let's see. This guy's good at cooking, good at mining, and let's get someone good at defense. There we go. It'd be nice to have a researcher, but we'll get one of those later probably. We have a woman constructor. No, wait. Woman needs to be a cooker. Let me see. Cooking is here. There we go. Now they do also have some downsides, like she can't craft or do any research. She doesn't like to doctor, so that's going to be a downside. He has no downsides as far as his stats, but he's a wimp and he's really ugly. And this guy's lazy, he eats a lot. This guy doesn't like to put out fires, so you got to balance everything between your skills, your traits. I don't know if you care about what they're carrying on them. You can worry about that. I don't know why you want to carry blood with you, but and you can really get technical with how you edit the genes of your race. Um, and some people are racist, so they don't like certain races, so you can consider that in how you play the game. Do you want to be a racist? Well, do you want to be a cannibal? You can do all of that in Rimworld. So the reason I don't have any mods is I've got a new computer in December, and I just haven't had time to reinstall all of them. But first thing you want to do is allow all this stuff to be picked up and check out the map. It is very much mountainous. And over here, this is rich soil where you grow crops. You probably want to settle around there. There's some right here too. Um, I kind of like this area. It's kind of already set up for me, enclosed. So we will set a zone, stockpile zone, and we can put that right here. Actually, right here. I think I'm gonna play until, I don't know, I get a pretty serious quest, and I'll consider that like a victory for this playthrough. You could consider victory in this game whatever you want. If it's you leaving the planet, having someone uh, become emperor, or you eliminate all the other races, or you do whatever you want. There's no wrong way to eat a Reese's. That's what I've heard. So typically, I think you want to use wood in the beginning because it is renewable. You can make one of rice, one of potatoes, and there we go. I don't know why the game freezes up every once in a while like that, but the first day is kind of boring. They just put things in the stockpile. On this mode, they have food to start with. So what you want to do is obviously wall it off so these animals don't get it. We can start off very simple like this. So we'll have kitchen, like lobby area, and then we'll build some rooms over here. Yeah, so anyway, I think I mentioned the trees are renewable. They'll always grow back. You don't have... In this map, I have a ton of blocks I can work with, but other maps don't have a lot of um, limestone, for example, or granite. You have these natural structures you can take apart as well. So this is free to do as you wish. And pick up some medicine. One meal is pretty good. So we can put that, I don't know, right here is fine. And then trees are going to block the wind, so you want to put some farmland under it. And up to there, which is right there. And yeah, there we go. And sometimes you just sit back and wait. That's all you can do. And obviously, they need somewhere to sleep. So before I forget, first day you can sleep on the floor. It is what it is. Now, since I'm on the higher difficulty, I think I can show you here. You can lower the difficulty at any time, I believe. I never do that. That feels like cheating. Well, since I never do that, I don't actually know how you do that, so we won't worry about it. But since it's a higher difficulty, I should expect a lot more raids and things that happen pretty soon. Wouldn't want to leave the audience expecting. And they can share rooms, but they don't like that typically, so we can... Let's see. Have a hallway right here. Then we'll do... Let's say... one room. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the last one is just like that. No, a little more. I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. And you might want to get to learn the hotkeys, so you can kind of, you don't have to press L every time. I'm pressing space to pause the game. That just helps it go a lot faster. I don't have to stress. They wake up and something happens. I just pause it to build. They don't like eating on the floor, so you can make chairs. So yeah, anyway, their needs, you can see right here, all these negatives, you gotta balance out with the positives, so their mood is at least above here. Otherwise, they have the potential to freak out. They might start fires or attack someone or something because they're having a mental breakdown. We don't want that. And the game is great because you can play at your own pace. You don't need to feel like it's a competition. You can kind of have it running in the background on easier difficulty. If you want a challenge, you can do the higher difficulty, but some people just like to build aesthetically pleasing builds. So that is possible. You can do what you want to do. Plus, with the mods and all the expansions, you can play around the ideologies. You can play around the new anomaly stuff. Play around the Empire. So many things to do. So speaking of being attacked, we have all these different factions. This one doesn't like me. This one doesn't like me. These ones are permanently hostile. You can turn these guys neutral or to like you if you trade with them a lot or release their prisoners. That'll take a while. So if a lot of people don't like you, you need to build up defenses. So what I recommend is doing like this. Now, wood is not the best resource because it doesn't have a lot of hit points. You can build later on with um, any of the stone material. That way it doesn't catch on fire either. Um, but they're gonna, when the enemies come in, they will want to run and attack the highest value structure they see, which right now this is going to be the wind turbine. So we can put a little door here so my guys can get out and then put some traps like so. So these spring traps, let's see, they do, what does it say? 8 damage, and 100% chance to spawn or spring on unaware creatures. So it also will hit animals. 8 damage doesn't seem like a lot, but it also might affect some of their limbs, or it'll make them crippled. And so it's just they don't see the trap, and they just walk right to what they think they can destroy, and they get hurt. Now, something else we gotta do is let's just cut this in half. I don't know what I clicked there. That's weird. Let's make a little workshop out of this area. Really did. Come on. Okay, so we got our first event. Every male colonist feels a wave of anxiety and anger. Um, and that's bad because I have 2 males and 1 female. But this person, they don't like that they're not a roll mat, or what are they called? A dirt mole. They don't like. There are a ton of dislike xenotypes. They really don't like humans. Um, Slept outside, yeah, yeah. Slept on the ground, uncomfortable, ate with that table. Now, actually, I need to. I have a dirt mole, don't I? Yes. Would actually be better if they live in the darkness. Yes. Well, we can do. You can kind of like plot out your designs this way. There's also the plan, but I never really use this. So we have one room and two rooms, and then we'll turn this into a room. There we go. And I guess we could turn this into another workshop. That was a temporary dwelling, we'll say. I even tried reinstalling the game just now to see if I would fix that. Not a big deal. There we go. Nice. Nice. You can put some of these decorative things that help them sleep, I guess. We need to recreation. That guy's just walking around. Not ideal. This little thing actually um, increases their shooting skill as they get recreation value out of it. And let's see. Now to make this look a little neater, you can add these shelves. Let's just add one, two. I don't like that. That's uneven. Now, also, you want to do this for sure. I forgot. You want to assign priority of task. So you always want them to set out fires, obviously. You want them to doctor. And speaking of doctor, he will always self-tend. If he's really bad at doctoring, I guess you wouldn't want to do that. Um, you'd want to instead make him always be a patient and sit down and have someone else doctor him. But that's fine for now, since we don't really have the luxury of that. And she, remember, cannot doctor because she is, I guess, stupid. Doesn't know what that is. And then let's say you are really good at mining. Your secondary can give you construction. Actually, you this, and then you that, and then we need someone on planting. Oof. Well, I guess you're doing the planting for now. Wonder if it's dark. Do you like that? Nope. Yeah, I'm gonna stop using the trees because that's taking too long. So a stone cutter bench, you can turn these slabs or chunks into blocks that you can build structures out of. Mr. Dankman. What a name. Wow. Glaive. You're not even the female, you're just gun slave. It's kind of a cool name though. And on the third day about, we ran out of food. That's typical. So we can forage some bushes. Just double click and press the H, which I think of as Yeah, H for harvest. This will take a long time to grow. I think like 5 days. Nine yield, but I don't know. Let's see. It tells you here actually. 5.8 days. So we don't have that luxury. So we are going to go hunting and kill some animals, which some people can be vegetarian, some people just don't like that you're killing animals, and I'm like, I'm trying to survive. People like, you are weak links. Get out of my colony if that's your ideology, you know? I think we wasted a lot of time cutting down trees. I forgot that no one's really skilled in that. That's okay. So I'm kind of just role playing, like, it doesn't really matter, I guess, if they live inside the mountain. I guess it's better for defense, because I can defend this little area if I need to, rather than this whole area, but it's just nice to imagine I am cave dwelling savages. And actually, we're not almost out of food, so let's go ahead and haul that for sure. But we got the windmill up, so we can go ahead and might as well make some light here. So the way this works, any kind of production building, you're going to add a bill, and that is like queuing a task. So I'm gonna look around the map, and there is a lot of limestone blocks. There are quite a few sandstone, and there are some granite. Not a ton of granite near me, I guess. So we're gonna use the limestone first. So each of the different blocks have different material it makes. So this is steel, so it has 300 hit points. Wood is the cheapest, but the weakest. I think granite is actually the strongest. Um, I don't really know where limestone falls in that, but it's right here, so we'll use that for now. So we're going to say make limestone, and you can just make one limestone. You can do it until you have a certain amount. That's what I usually do. I do 110. You can also, after that, queue up the next one, and we'll do also 110. Forever would just be a little excessive. You can also go to settings here, and you can actually add kind of a whole number there, any number you want, not just by tens or whatever it does here. Um, you can tell them that I want you to take um, blocks from a certain stockpile. Like I only have one stockpile here, but if I had more than one, I could say which stockpile to take it from. That way they take from the closest one. Sometimes they get confused. I would want to pick the worker that has the best crafting skill, Mr. Dankman. So he does the work the fastest. And then finally, you can suspend that. You can copy those settings. So that's pretty much how it works for every production building, the same UI. Yeah, so Dankman and Dankman. And Mr. Dankman is going to be doing crafting. Now, you don't have a lot of power options in the beginning. You might have noticed we only have three: wood fire generator, chem fuel, and wind turbine. So you can go to your little research tab, and I have a lot of research. Anomaly is these monsters you can capture, and you can figure out their, um, I guess, powers they have, and there's all different new things you can do with that. I can research solar panels, which is pretty good. First thing I want to research, though, is probably a battery. So this is only active when it is windy, I suppose. This is only good if I have wood stockpiled up. Is a good backup. So we can probably put that here. And yeah. Also, probably as well show you this. Storage, same thing as here, the same settings. Um, you can customize whatever items you want, wherever you want. And you can do that. Eventually, I'm going to want to separate food from everything else. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and hold Shift and link these together so they'll have the same settings. Now, by default, it turns off corpses, but when I'm going to go hunting, I actually want corpses. I guess corpses are considered ugly, so they don't like to keep them in the same place. And then we want to build a butcher place probably here for now. Why are you not? Here we go. What do my people think of slavery? I didn't really consider that one. Free love. Okay, that's good to know. Slavery is acceptable. Alright, so this might be a slave compound. We're going to assert dominance over these lesser races. Alright, so we can name ourselves. Our faction is the Cave Dankman. And our settlement will be Cave number 47. And so you notice he has to walk away, so we'll do one of that. And this one, since it's right here, we don't want to get it clogged up with other things. We'll do blocks. All the blocks here. And there's the rats we worship. If you're confused at anything I just said in this entire tutorial, there's all this stuff here that tells you literally everything about the game. But it's not very good because, like, you don't really know what this means. What does it mean to suppress an entity? You're not really know what that is until it happens to you, and then it might be too late because you're dead. Um, but it's always good to see it first, I think. But a lot of trial and error in this game, and that's the fun of it. What are we doing now? Recreation deprived. Well, you're almost done digging. Yeah, they're all recreation deprived. So what we can do is add one of these lights here. Are we out of food for good now? No. Wait, who are you? Whoa, whoa, whoa. You're just a naked lady. You could be my first slave. Whoa. You're part of the loyal commune. Oh yeah, you're just a wild person, considered wildlife. So the game does that sometimes. We can't have him eating my food. And you know what? Before we forget, let's give you the knife. You can have the pistol, and then you can have the knife. Just kidding. That means you can have the rifle. I don't know where it is. Over here, right? So what I'm doing is holding shift to Q task. So as soon as he gets the meal, he's gonna run over and get the rifle. And I'm playing on the highest speed, using hotkeys 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And that is how I prefer to play. High stakes, high speed game, baby. And more skilled. Now remember, my guys do not like bright lights, right? That is a thing. Yes, dark light is preferred. Yes, yes. The spooky light doesn't have any, I think, gameplay value except that some people prefer it. So the wild woman. I don't know why you're telling me so late. I picked up on that like 2 minutes ago. So you can attempt to arrest. You can. What can you do? You can tame this wild woman. I don't know how you're so intelligent, but yet a wild woman. It's kind of crazy. But whatever. So let's go build some limestone beds for our people. And we'll make these prisons. And then let's go ahead. There's plenty of steel. You might have guessed that wood is flammable. So you can use steel doors instead, which is actually still flammable for some reason. I think priority is though is finishing this wall. I think I kind of messed up the dimensions of this room. What's your problem? Your problem is you were insulted, and you'll get over it in 8 hours, so we can wait 8 hours. Oh, you like that? He likes having the rifle. All right, all right. You know, actually, because we are the men of darkness and men are supreme, we have to capture this woman. That just makes sense. Like, there's no other way to do it. So let's go ahead and assign this to prisoners. And who's got... You are going to follow orders, and you are going to attempt to kidnap this person. All right, not good odds, so let's have some backup. We're going to do the first fun thing of the game. I think like a half hour in, that's where the fun starts. Okay, turn down the speed. Arrest. Now, if it fails, I believe they're going to start fighting. Let's see. Oh wow, the terrible shots guy. He's right there. All right. Um, arrest this woman. And you can look at the health. She didn't really hurt me, but we hurt her pretty bad, and she's gonna die in 8 hours, 6 hours, unless we get her some medicine, which there is over here. We did not do a very good job hauling things, so let's do that. Those are really important. Haul those. And yeah. What do I do with this person? I guess they're not going to use the medicine you just dropped off. Right, because the reason he's not doing that is prisoner status allowed medicine. We can give him, we have plenty of that. But I guess he's not going to stop and get the better medicine. You can use your hands to close up the stab wound to your kidney. I don't think you can fix that with your hands. But, just a game. Ooh. Mr. Dankman and Eri are lovers. And I believe sleeping alone. They don't like that. So because we believe our society in free love, we are going to uninstall that and make a double bed. So what can you do with a prisoner? You can enslave them, convert them, release them, or execute them. You can't enslave this person because he's wild or she's wild. So I probably hope to sell it later on if a trader comes by. You can get a decent amount of money since I have none, but I should have at least 800 there. Probably want to get that. You can attempt to tame her, but you can see it requires animal training 7 and only gun is 4, so it will not be very good. You know what? We're going to save some time there by putting this here. Now, I don't like all these blocks. They're all of them, press T, you can see the beauty of an area. They all give, what is it, like -5 plus the tile itself. So that's pretty bad. We're going to make a zone for that. So we're going to do, this is our bench here, so we can have all of those right here. Storage settings, we don't want clear everything and then allow chunks. And this one also allows chunks, I believe. No? Okay, good. If it did, and you wanted to go to one over the other, you can change the priority to important or critical. And so it'll go to in the queue of this one first, that one, this one, and so on, in order of most important to least important. First harvest, like looks like. Maybe not. How are we doing on food? Alright, I never actually queued this up, did I? There's no reason not to butcher a creature as soon as you have it. And then we want to allow animal corpses. Yes. Okay, so why aren't we hunting? That's because no one is allowed to do it. Might as well convert her to believe in the cave-dwelling men of darkness. It's kind of a sucky thing to build your base far away from your spawn because then they have to carry back and forth, and it's kind of a lag like what you're seeing here. But that is the nature of the beast. I could kind of enclose this for something. Why aren't you guys sleeping together? Airy and Gunman. No, wait, it's Dankman. Dankman. There you go. Don't want to cause a marital dispute. Alright, well, let's see. No one's good at researching, so unfortunately, I think in this playthrough, this showcase, we're not going to be able to get batteries or anything unless we get a new person right away, like maybe this person who's good at intelligence. But anyway, we can go ahead and make a kitchen area. So the food is right here. So we probably want a nice area like this. Mm, so storage for food. And then we'll do, put that over there for now. Oh no, my pet donkey. I forgot I had a donkey. Do not forget about your donkey. So animals, you have to have an enclosure, and you have to have a little marker that says it's an enclosure, and then you have to make a fence, which you can do kind of like this, and then like that. I don't know why it's like that. Oh, that looks kind of dumb. Well, I guess that's how it looks. Whatever, man. I think I'm running out of steel, and I kind of want to use that later on. This is where I was talking about we can separate our storages. So we'll have storage. Actually, can I fit this in here? I can. So destroy stumps. I wish they did. Kind of annoying. Blinding lights. Hmm. That'd be good to actually combo with a nocturnal um, villager. Some guys are naturally like that. Yeah, gonna combine these. Say nothing but food, and well, actually, we don't want to go there. But if it could, it could. But let's make that important. This is not that important right now. Let's finish the wall. Finish the wall. Oh, they apparently got sick. Apparently, we're not gonna have any food unless someone does hunting. You can kill your initial animal, but then that's sad, and your people get sad. Look at that, there's more food. We're saved. I spawned over here, but there's food over here. So that's weird. Oh, you're pregnant. Well then, just took a one night. It's not really a good place to have a baby. This planet, this world. I'm not really messing around with this too much. Never really turns out too well. It's not like The Sims. We have a crazy rabbit. Um, we can kill the crazy rabbit. Put the pregnant lady in front. Wait, what was that? Oh, he's already in the base? Yes, okay. So a man-hunted rabbit. We can go here and read the messages again. And it says, a local hare has gone mad. It will attack anyone it sees. And so let's see what happens. Now, if you didn't want to fight them, you could actually just stay inside. You can do that with setting a zone. So it gives you, by default, your home zone is all of the area around a structure. It just automatically will make one if you build something new. So you could just tell people to only go in your home area. They won't really go anywhere else. They can be unrestricted, or you could go and paint your own area. And we're going to say indoors. And if I wanted to, I could just restrict people to stay indoors, and eventually the rabbit will calm down or leave the area. Ooh, okay. So it's just a teeny bitty rabbit. So unfortunately, you don't heal yourself. So let's have this become a medical area. You can rest. And then we have a quest over here. The Praetor of the Shattered Empire is calling from nearby. His guards were killed in an ambush. He escaped, but he's now being followed by a man-hunting raccoon. So same thing. We have 2 days to accept that, so we can wait a bit until this lady's healed up. She didn't really get her that bad. Where are we going? Feeding berries, consuming package. Now you might want to clean up the hospital so they don't get an infection. So you can see it will tell you, where is it? The uh, the surgery success rate, the infection rates based on what is in there. I think the volume is too loud still. Let me turn it down. So you want a clean area so you don't get infected. Feed her dirty mushrooms. Sounds good. So she's healed. Like I thought, that wasn't so bad. And we have an animal, so we didn't have to go hunting after all. So they should be able to, someone should be able to kill it. Like you are really good at that. But weren't you also doing hunting? Who's doing hunting? Hunting. I see. So you don't even have a gun, do you? You have the gun. Mr. Gun. Mr. Gun has the gun. So he will go hunting. And this is secondary. Okay. There you go. We just cut up the rabbit. And now that the rabbit is cut up, we're not going to have a consistent electricity. So what we could do, we could just get this started for now. I'll just put it here for now. We can cut that up later. Um, I'd rather just do this. You can cook things on a fire. That's quite alright. This is kind of where I want to override what they would normally do and just tell them you gotta cut these trees down. Because we need this wall finished. And actually, to help with that, we could accept this quest. And so we're going to get 8 honor for this. And if you have honor, you can go up through the ranks and join the Shattered Empire, and eventually become the Emperor himself or Empress. And that is a whole quest line. That's a whole, you could say, way of quote unquote winning the game. If that's how you want to pursue your role playing. And I think Dankman has a cool name, and he's a dirt bowl, so we will make him the recipient of that honor. So, Mr. Theodos, it gives you a temporary person for the quest, and that's kind of nice in the beginning. And let's see, little bitty raccoon with, the game's equivalent of rabies. But let's see, what can he do while he's here? Not much, but let's give him a weapon. Nope, there's no weapons here. I don't need you to be on a stout. Actually, I can probably lure him to these traps. Let's see if I can do that. There we go. Perfect. See, that wasn't so bad. Okay, I was gonna say you cut these trees down. See, when I drafted the people, you press the little R button. I guess R for recruit. It cancels out everything that they were going to do. So you have to queue it up again, sadly. And I don't know if I can leave him here until he finishes this. I think after like 2 days, it'll just fail the quest. That little ship will leave. But I've tried to manipulate that. Oh, we're having a party? Okay, let's have a party. And then we can queue this up. So here's our kitchen, and then our lobby area. Probably doesn't need to be that big, actually. Let's take it down a notch. That's fine. Oh, that was... Is that not your wife? Why are you fighting your wife? Your lover, who's pregnant. Dankman, you're a bad man. Dank, stop. Okay, well, go back to the hospital. uh, See, the game is completely random sometimes. There's no rhyme or reason to that. But let's get this guy out of here. So when you have 8 honor, um, you will see I have enough to become a novice. And so there's a little ceremony that I can accept to get a Psylink power. Um, it'll give me a random power, so maybe we can do that as soon as these guys are healed up. Dude. Punched, cracked the rib cage? No, 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 wait. You need to be in there. Dank man. What triggered this fight? You can actually see here. Um, Dankman insulted Ares' eating habits. This drove Ares into a rage. Well, that's something you shouldn't do. Even I know that. Such a loud eater. You slurp when you drink your coffee. Like all that stuff. Come on. Everyone knows. You just don't say that out loud. Yeah, I would be upset too right now, but let's see. You're just... You still feel good about him, huh? I don't know about that. Definitely need some food today. But we can also harvest this. Yeah. Also, it's good to kill animals um, because you get leather. So I can click on this guy. It tells me all the stats about the animal that you might not ever want to know. And it also gives me 48 leather, which you can use to make clothes, which I will need because it is summer now, but it will become winter, and you need winter clothes, or at least a heater indoors and stay indoors. But you probably don't want to stay indoors the whole season. Why don't you finish the job, man? No? What are you doing? Anyway, so let's queue up some meals. 10 is plenty for 3 people. You can see it's going to bleed out in 16 hours. There we go. Got that one. You can go ahead and be a pacifist. I think that'd be really hard to do in this game. You could just flee from every combat, um, hide indoors. You could actually like go to this world map. I could form a caravan and go over here and settle a new base if I wanted, even, and abandon that one. That's probably not good to be so close to those people. Um, and later on, you'll be able to unlock kind of like rocket ships that will just transport you instantly. You travel faster on animals if you have a horse or donkey or whatever. So there are a lot of different ways to play, and I like that. And you know what we can do, actually? Speed this up. We want the human animal corpses as important here. This is only normal. So they'll go here if this gets overloaded, I guess. We can go ahead and put down some floors. Probably right here to start. Oh yeah, I was gonna do this. I made that zone. I never actually moved these blocks. But the wall's finished, so that's good. So they'll see this opening and just la 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 get hit by traps. That doesn't really work sometimes. Some of them are smarter and or they'll come from like this direction. So the AI will just think that it's faster to go in through here. Um, Sometimes it'll come with like 10 people, and so 2 traps is not enough. You might want to make it a little more narrow and repeat this. But that's kind of the general idea for defense. Have a narrow funnel for them, and that makes it easier to shoot them. This is probably a good length right here. So if I built some sandbags like that, that's probably fine. You want them to come in, so if they had, if the wall started here, they'd probably be able to shoot behind the wall. I wouldn't want that. What's going on here? Oh no. You are pregnant and hungry. Something you can do. I guess it's kind of weird. Um, but there are predators on the map that will eat things naturally. Sometimes they don't actually finish their prey. They just kind of leave it half eaten and then you can pick it up. So if you're doing a pacifist run, that's something you could do. That guy died. Oh, this is the anomalous shrine that you can activate to get all this anomaly research. That's something you can do. I think we should harvest this. Oh, Jailbird, what are you doing? Catatonic breakdown. When did that happen? Oh, I didn't tell you to eat a corpse. I think someone fed you that. Oh my goodness, stop. So something, if this happens, you can go over here and then just tell him to drop it, and then you can haul it in. Actually, I guess I have to do that. Nope. So here's what we can do. Right now, the food is eat anything, but we don't want them to eat corpses really ever. So we're gonna just disable that, and we'll call that new, or actually, I mean, if you need to, but we will call this non-corpse diet. There you go. And it's everything but corpses. Because they get kind of desperate and they forget that you can actually cook things, I guess. They're pretty stupid. Oh, you don't do cooking. That's not something you do, huh? Oh, I guess you can haul that one in. It's not as bad of a debuff if they eat just raw meat. -12 versus -4. And you'll forget all about that in 12 hours. I mean, not a big deal. This is a pretty good setup. I mean, this is not something I would do normally. Oh, actually, now you have the plague. Oh, sorry, Mama. Who's the best doctor? You are. Tend her now. I wouldn't normally keep a slave like this, but it's just funny for the role playing. It's at 95% efficiency. So the way diseases work, you see the percent is going up and the immunity is also going up. And obviously you want the immunity to go up faster. So it's pretty close right now, but I should be able to beat it at this rate. I just have to continuously heal her and make sure this area is clean. So that doesn't happen. But Palisadia. Oh, my prisoner is going wild, huh? Why again? Uh, ugly environment. Well, that's your throw. That's your fault. Uh, well. Wait a minute. She'll attack anyone she sees. Well, I just don't have to see anyone. So this is where we could do this. New area. Rename it. Not prison. And this game requires a lot of micromanagement at times. So you need to think on the fly. Like I was gonna die. I won another game, but I just instantly built a trap and stayed right here. And then the raider just killed himself as he was like walking towards me. So you gotta think on your feet. Man, you were just a bad man, Dankman. Advanced starvation. Severe. You need to hurry up and cook, man. Oh. Oh, no. Naked ladies on the run. Where are you going? Okay. This is, I suppose, karma for my foolishness. Now, it automatically lowers the speed of the game in situations like this. So you can kind of hold shift and do a circle while this guy shoots him. Oh. So you hold the select the they're called pawns or the villager you're doing. Hover over them. Got a 90% chance of shooting this person based on those factors: his skill, the weapon he's using, the terrain or any cover he's in. And while you have an 8% chance. This is going to be a while. Mad Boompa Loomp. Boompa Loomp. So these are uh like gassy antelope, I guess. So they produce chem fuel. Only one. This is gonna be awkward though. He's gonna get involved in this. Uh, uh, okay. Let's see. Oh, headshot, headshot. Oh, I don't want to be cornered. Now, Price is not. Uh, we should just kill her. You are a waste of time. Now you got to prepare for this. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, like I thought. So because he's a gassy antelope, he explodes when he dies. So now we gotta put out some fires, and we can just let her bleed to death. Fire is more important. Not plain horseshoes. Oh, you don't do fire. Okay. You don't do cooking. So we are in a predicament because you have the plague. You're starving. Oh my goodness. We have something new to cook at least. That sucks. It burned the other trap. We only used one. And you don't do cooking. Here you go. Look, I'm sorry, lady. You chose this fate. You're wild, savage, uh, intruder. You just came into my colony. You started eating my food over here, and then I try to give you a better life, and you escape. So I can't help that. Yeah, but that microing I did there, that is top tier Rimworld's tactic. Recommend having positioning people um, as needed. And this one is our backup kitchen. Okay, now that's something we can do. Make it a little cooler. This is necessary to preserve food. You need a cooler. And a lot of mods have different ways to cool things. But this is the basic one, default one. Placidia has died. Now, something you can do, if you are, I guess, inclined to, is you could eat this person and skin them for leather. Some people like that because they are psychotic. That is one of these traits here. Um, you could also put them in a separate freezer because if you really need to, not like you want to, but you're fresh out of food, there's like a toxic, waste on the map, there's a blizzard on the map, and you just really need food, that is a backup option. But we're not going to do that because even though we are cavemen, we're not actually cannibals. So we're going to, let's just say, make a nice little grave right here for Miss Placidia. This little notification about the monument there. You can go investigate it, but then that starts a whole sequence of events that I'm not ready for, so we're not going to do that quite yet. How's my wife? She's going to live. And can we finally cut this rice? Who's doing planting? I don't know. Well gun. Let me see. Who actually killed this person? It was Mr. Dankman. Stabbed her in the heart, leaving an enormous bruise. Well, Mr. Dankman, you are actually the most savage one here. Forget this lady. You have beat your wife, killed an innocent person, and you didn't want to actually make food for everyone for the longest time. So that was annoying. So I think you should bury her. Now, this is not getting enough power. It's only making 92, and each of these costs 30, and that's not enough. So we need the battery basically to store power we're not using, and that's kind of a necessary thing. But since it is working, or when it does work, you can go ahead and lower the temperature to freezing, and then this meat will be frozen, which is good. So it's telling me here that actually, oh, I did this wrong. I'm stupid. I want the gate here, and then we don't need this. But you know how we can end this? The Shattered Empire is ready to grant Dankman the title of Novus and the power of level 1 Psi Link on the bestowing ceremony. I don't think he really deserves it, but let's just do it. Let's see what psychic power I get. Psi Link power, I guess it's called. So these are the representatives from the Empire. We'll slow down time here. This is going to be our, I guess, sanctuary room for this. Oh no, we're going to have the ceremony in the freezer. Nope, where are we going? Okay, by the fire. Good. Um, wake up, buddy. Yeah, so you can make a like temple room, which by the way, what do we call our temple room? I think it was just called the cave. The cave. Yeah. You can make that and that'll increase the effectiveness of ceremonies and rituals you do, so it'll make them happier afterwards. But we don't have time for that. I want some psychic powers. Also, something kind of you can do to cheese the game a little bit is because if you know an attack is coming, you accept a quest that involves a raid, and it says the raid's coming in 2 days. You can kind of time these guys to hang out right before the attack, and they'll just kill everyone with their machine guns and what is this called? A charge lance. So you gotta think ahead sometimes. And we have the power. Pain block level 1. Block pain pathways in the target's brain for a short time. Allow them to move and act even with grievous injuries that would normally incapacitate them. So you have to meditate in order to use that once a day or so. And then it increases your heats. Okay, and you can wear special clothing that will negate some of this heat damage that it does to the user. And certain people are more attuned to their psychic abilities than others. That's another trait. So yeah, I guess that could come in handy one day. Well, she's not happy just because she's pregnant. And something we can do is at least smooth the area out. So you can put tile down or you can smooth the stone and it actually has a little bit better stats. Let's finish this up and replace our traps and then we'll be done. So that's 2 now. And suppose the tile here which does 1 beauty point, I guess. They really want a commissioner, so to get that, we have to go to ideology and build one of these things, and then have a lectern and a bunch of stuff. So we could actually just set that up right here. I guess here. This can be our temple later on. Work with odd numbers, so it's even that way. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is not the most important task right now. You need to harvest, but you don't like to do that, so you can do this. No, you don't do that. No, you're useless, Mr. Dankman. And you're a bad lover. And there's more fire. Well, you got the gist of the game. Oh, Aaron, what happened? Medical emergency. I mean, you're gonna live, but let's put you back in bed. You get the idea how to play the game now. Hopefully, I didn't go too fast. Maybe I talk kind of fast, but so definitely in the beginning, it's important to have someone that is good at building, someone's good at crafting, someone's good at cooking, and depending on your ideology, you might want a digger. And see, I could even do this so they never eat raw food. That'd be a little much, wouldn't it? Why were you over there? I don't know. Oh, okay. Are you gonna cut it up then? There you go. Well, there you go. Back to your duties as a lover, cooking. And hopefully this has been a productive and useful Rimworld guide by your local crab lord. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know in the comments below. And have a good one, guys.